G'day people, I'm MonsterDad and welcome back to this Empyrion Alpha 8 experimental playthrough. So on the end of the last episode we were over delving into that Promethean deposit in the tortured zone, radiation zone, whatever it's called. Once I finished that I decided to carry on with Zelot from Geek Tech Industries' advice to head out on a circular pattern around the escape pod to see if I can find this wreckage that belongs to the Robinson Protocol. Even though we're not doing the Robinson Protocol, he assured me that it's likely to still spawn. So as I headed out, and I tried to stay about 2 kilometers away from the escape pod this time, found an iron deposit, not a big one. I haven't mined any of it, I just carried on. Over here found another copper deposit, another iron deposit, which sort of hinted that I might be getting close to it, because in all the playthroughs I've done, at least copper, iron and silicon deposits have been directly around that wreckage site, and lo and behold the wreckage site popped up quite a bit further away from the escape pod than you would expect it to be, but it's still there. And I think the furthest away when I did the couple of starts with the Robinson Protocol was about 2.3 kilometers away from the escape pod where it downed. I suppose it depends a lot on how you steer your escape pod down as well. If you just let it drop, it's probably a bit closer, but I tend to steer mine around a bit. And there's a silicon deposit, and it wouldn't surprise me if there was a Promethean deposit around here as well. Another copper deposit. That's 2 copper deposits so far. Oh, well. And another iron deposit. Oh wow, we are resource rich. Cool beans. Okay. Well, one of the things I wanted to do today was decide on somewhere to set up our base. I want to investigate this wreckage. It's still the same evening as when we left the last episode, so I really hadn't gone far. I only went about 1.5 kilometers from that radiated zone before I started finding this stuff. So thank you, Zelot, for that bit of advice. You're right on the mark, and here it is. Oh, and it's exactly the same wreckage type that we found when I did the Robinson Protocol playthrough. Okay, which is good because we can bring these ramps up and get a little bit of protection. And I think we need to get in from this side because there's bound to be a load of spiders around in this forest. So let's go into there first, because I was making some fuel, and I was making at last, because I mined a couple of iron rocks, managed to get enough steel plate for my charges for the multi-tool. What was I doing? I was about to turn off the lights and those there engines. Do you know what? I should have parked it a little bit closer, shouldn't I? We'll risk it. We'll risk it for a Swisskit. Let's get the jetpack on. Whee! Might as well close that. So in here, do we still get everything you usually get? Oh, they've changed it a little bit. You did get a... Was it I think it was the drill, or was it the chainsaw? You definitely got one of the tools in addition to this, and a few sprouts. Oh, they've changed the look of some of the sprouts as well. Oh, cool. Durian looks like a carrot. Is durian like a carrot? I don't even know what durian is, to tell you the truth. What is this? Plant fibre, pathing. Oh, there's a bit of a storm blowing. What's our temperature? 4 degrees. We're okay, we've got our suit on. So we might as well take some of this apart, quite frankly. I'd quite like to take the doors intact. I don't know if we can, because we don't own this place. Let's try. No. Okay, we'll just deconstruct. I'm not going to put a core into it. But all this stuff is useful. And we'll get copper from those components over there. Full beans. Might as well grab a little bit of it. Still don't have... Oh, that was foolish. Remember structural integrity. Well, in fact, we probably want to get the ramp before we... Oh, there's no ramp. Oh yeah, the ramp's just buried a bit. So what do we get for one of these landing gears then? Mechanical components. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have took the rest of it apart before I took that apart. Grab these. Oh. Come on, Monster Dad, get a grip. That'll do us for now. We don't have to take the whole thing apart. Okay, let's get back in. Out the rain. So, good. We are rich in resources. Which is a good thing because, well, once we mine them out, that is. Which is a good thing because, as I was about to say, I want to pick a place for a base today. Most definitely. Make any medical stuff? No. Any food? No. I think we're good for food though. So we've got another spiral constructor and another motorbike. That's okay, we'll keep all that for now. And a few sprouts. So do I have enough to make this assault rifle and some ammunition now, I wonder? Let's have a butcher's. Let's have a butcher's hook. Quite like about 500 rounds if we can. And if we can get the sniper rifle... Sniper rifle. If we can get the sniper rifle and some ammunition, that would be great. Yeah. Oh, I wanted one more thruster, didn't I, for this C2. Do you know what? If we can, we will. But we'll keep it at that. And I can get rid of this survival tool now. I'll just trash that. So, I just wanted to level 8 because I killed another couple of those alien bugs. So let's have a look at what we've got. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out in the latest update, when I restarted this, is they have re-added the trade centre. But we'll go to it at some point. But we can't go to it now because it's a floating POI. So they've added floating POIs into the game now. And what they've done, to give an example of the floating POIs, they've added the trade station back into the start world. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing or not. But at the moment we can only get to that once we have an SV. So yeah, there we go. So I'm wondering where to start a base. What I'm thinking of, I know they've changed the AI behaviour for the drones slightly. Potentially improved that on behalf of the drones, not on behalf of us. So, and I think they've included a bomber drone as well. So there's a couple of things I want to make sure with the base. A, I want to have it near water. B, I don't want to be too far away from resources, and we've got a ton of resources here. That could be good. And I also want to have very good line of sight over a wide area for the cannon turrets. Now, in the past, I have In the season 7 of the Empyrion Ironman competition, oh, which by the way I was one of the winners. I might not have mentioned that. I did build a decoy base, and they're very easy to build. One of the main things you need to know about before you build a decoy base is where the drones are coming from. So if you know the location of the drone base, or you know the direction from which the drones are approaching your base, then that will work, because otherwise you might accidentally build your real base right under the path of the drones as they're going towards your decoy base. A decoy base is very easy to make. You bury a core pretty deep, and if you didn't know, drone attacks will start as soon as you put a power system in that base, so a generator or a solar capacitor, but they don't have to be powered. As soon as you put a piece of equipment that can power your base, drone attacks will start. You don't actually have to power your base, so don't make that mistake. Lots of people do. So bury a core, put a solar capacitor next to it, and you don't even have to power it. Drone attacks will start. And as far as in all the testing I've done, the drones will attack the first base you make, and they will ignore the other bases. So if you don't want drones to bother you, it's actually a good system, and it works, and I've tested it, and it does work very well. In addition to that, you know where the drones are going to be hanging out if you do want to go and farm them for some components. However, I'm not going to do that this time. I do want to have the drones come towards the base, because I do want to farm them for their components. Because they're such huge maps, I don't want to go very far to do it. But likewise, I want to know which direction they're going from, because in one of my previous playthroughs of Empyrion, what I did do is build a kind of Maginot line. And I'm going to head down here and check out this area while I yap. I'm not going to get any of these resources just yet. I'll come back for those. So where did we go? Where's my marker? Over there. Yeah, I built a kind of Maginot line. So if you know your Second World War history, Maginot line is a line of defensive forts that the French built between them and the German border after World War I, because they didn't trust the Germans not to attack again. And they were quite right to distrust them, because they did attack again, but unfortunately the French didn't build the Maginot line long enough, and the Germans just marched around it. So it wasn't particularly successful. So if you know exactly where the drones are going to be coming from, that will help, because I can then place that line of defensive turrets directly in their path between them and my real base. Oh, I keep doing that. Between them and my base proper, and the line of defensive turrets will stop them from getting anywhere near my actual base. That way I can make my base of wood if I want to, and I do want to, because I was thinking about trying to do it on a savannah. I don't think we've got one down here anywhere. No. We'll check out this area and have a look. Alternatively, there's a savannah, nice savannah area up here that borders on that big lake, but it's nowhere near the resources. So that's 2.3 kilometers from this wreckage, so you're probably looking at between 4 and 5 kilometers to the resource areas. Is that a bad thing? Probably not. We'll check out this area first. So what I don't want is a heavily forested area, like it looks like this is going to be. I'd like some kind of plains or savanna, so I've got a good line of sight. And I'm still going to take out these bugs where we get them, because they're such excellent XP. Thank you very much for your XP, Mr. Bug. Much appreciated. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to be very suitable. Oh, found the alien tower. Now that's the alien tower from the Robinson Protocol, isn't it? So there's nothing really there of any worth. See all those spiders there? Come with packs now. Nasty little things. Nasty little things. Buh. Yeah, okay. I mean, it could make a base out on the water, then you've got perfect line of sight, but I don't particularly want to do that. Okay, so I don't think this is going to be suitable, so I think we'll go to plan B, and I'm going to head up here to this savannah area, and I'm hoping this will be a good spot. Failing that, that could be a good spot. I don't mind it, you know, a small journey down to the resources. It's not a big problem. Yeah. Okay, well I'm going to cut there and I will see you when I get there. Later. Welcome back. Okay, we're just approaching that marker to the edge of that savannah. And yeah, it's quite a big savannah. Big open area. Forest nearby, so I've got plenty of wood. So I guess what I'm after as well is I need to be able to get to the right kind of resources fairly quickly as well. Not just the, you know, the metals, but also the herbs, food, wood. Obviously metals is what you use probably the most to do all your building, but you know, you can't really ignore the rest of it. And I think I do want to actually build something out of wood, and I was thinking near a savannah because I've got a good idea for something I like the thought of, like a savannah home, you know, made of nice wood, nice open balconies, and yeah, and a cool place to live. I don't just want some heavily fortified base. I don't think it would suit the world, quite frankly. So that's got a lot of potential just there. I'm not sure what you get in the desert. It looks like a desert. I'm assuming that's a desert. I'm not sure what resources you get in those desert areas, whether they're any different or not. But we've got a couple of woods next to us, big lake. Was there a swamp next to the edge of the water there? Because we definitely need the swamp area because that provides a lot of useful medical supplies. No, it doesn't look like it. It would be nice to have a clearer definition of the different biomes from the map view, just to help with decisions like this, because we'll need things like grain and the old pixie stalks, the herbal leaves, but I guess, you know, we can grow them if we've got a big enough garden, but initially we're probably going to have to gather a few until we get set up. So it doesn't look like we've got a swamp area as such. Do you know what? They're the swamp. Are they the swamp areas? No, because that's not going to be a swamp area, is it? Yeah. But I did mark another couple of areas on the way down. That first place I went to was heavily wooded, but as I came out, there was actually a nice open plains area there. And it's really close to all the resources. It's a little bit far away from water for my liking. I'd prefer it to be a bit closer because we need a lot of water, because we'll be making hydrogen, hydrogen fuel cells. We'll need oxygen, all the other stuff. So yeah, we need water. And then the other potential place I marked is actually in this very close to the starter biome. But that is quite a big open plains area. Again, very close to the resources, just, you know, 1.5 clicks away, right next to some water. Although not deep water, so we wouldn't be accessing seaweed and things like that. But do you know what? We've got plenty of food sources around. I don't think we need to. Yeah. So that's another potential area for a base. And I know there was swamp over here, because that's where we sort of parked initially and built the hover vessel. And there probably is here as well. We've got radiated zones nearby. Yeah. Do you know what? I think this is probably going to be the one. This is a bit too far from the resources. No swamp. Yeah. I like the savannah. I really like the look of it. But We've been that one. But I just think it's just a bit... This particular area is just too far from what we need. Oh, there's some natives. Hello, people. I'm really tempted to grind them. Am I a bad person if I do that? Because they will probably have medical supplies on them. They'll have sprouts on them. Shall I? My grinder's itching to go. Do I or don't I? Does that mean there's a village nearby, I wonder? Or do they just spawn randomly? I'm going for it. I'm sorry to all you people that think I'm bad. But, you know, it's survival of the fittest. Or survival of the grindiest, in this case. And mine is grindier than theirs. Wow, you get a lot of XP from these. I don't think you used to get that much XP from these. Yeah, 1500 XP. And I'm on medium difficulty for the XP progression, so yeah, that's a lot of XP. Let's hope their deaths were worth it. So what do we got? Some herbal leaves. Okay, sprouts I would like, really, people. So I don't have to make them. A couple of bandages. More bandages. Tomato. Some food. Plant protein. Do you know what? Not as good a haul as I expected it to be. I almost feel sorry for doing it. Let's get that stuff in the fridge. Okay. You know what? I'll keep bandages on me for now. Oh, do you know what? I don't need to keep bandages on me. I'll put them in there. Yeah, okay. I almost feel sorry, but not quite. Okay, let's head back over here and I'll show you this potential base area. Yeah. Oop. Try not to smash into trees on my way. Oh, this must be a shortcut because I didn't come over water when I got here. Still haven't found, apart from that alien tower, still haven't found a POI, either enemy or friendly. Do you know what? In all the playthroughs I've done with this, the ones I've done on my own as well that I haven't recorded, I have not yet found a single friendly POI. Not one. That'll be a tree. That will be a tree. And that will be a whole bunch of trees. Ouch. Definitely need to improve the thrust on this thing. And that'll be a bunch of trees I can't even get through. Oh. Change it to the grinder. You think those huge trees would give you a little bit more wood, but it just seems to be just a fairly bog standard drop for them. But there's a lot of them, which is nice. If you want to use wood, that is, which I do. Which is why I need that Maginot line to work. So yeah, this is the starter biome. I wonder if these respawn, because I'm pretty sure I cleared out this starter biome of all of these deposits. I wouldn't have thought the rocks respawned. Maybe they do. So, over here, let me just move that marker now. So I'm thinking, somewhere down by this water's edge, yeah, big open area. If I built the gun turrets on sort of the rise of one of these hills here, I mean, look at that. You've got a clear line of sight for, must be at least a kilometre in every direction. Yeah. So I think that's got to be the spot right here. So what the plan will be, I'm going to head down to these resources while I tell you how I'm going to do this. I need the iron, don't I? So what I'll do initially is I'll put my core up here, buried, and I'll build one cannon turret, power it, arm it, and just wait for the drone attack to come in, and then take a note of which direction the drone attack's coming from. Once I know that, so for example, if the drone attacks come from this direction, over here, I know I can safely build my base down here by the water, and my line of defense turrets will take down any drones that then come through way before they get to be able to damage my wooden home. If they come across this way, a bit more awkward because I did want to build it down here, so you know, I'll just have to see which direction they come from first. I may need to move that core, or maybe even leave it there as a kind of decoy farming area and live close by to it rather than having it as a proper decoy base that stops them getting anywhere near where I live. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll work. I think it's a workable plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine out a ton of these resources, iron, silicon and copper, and with that we can actually start a base. So I'll get back to you when I've done that. Later. Welcome back. Well, that took a while. I couldn't actually make a tier 2 drill. I completely forgot. I can't make them in the mobile constructor. I need a large constructor for that. So I had to struggle on with the tier 1 drill. It took a while. Yeah. It's wearing out a bit as well. So because of that, I just gathered around 200 of each. So yeah, that should be more than enough to get us going. Is that really all the crust stone I have? I think I've got some in my harvest module. Not much. That's not going to make many concrete blocks, is it? Now I just had a quick look, and I might be going absolutely crazy here as well, again, but I don't see any of the cores on here. No base core, SV, or HV core. No concrete blocks. Oh no, I can make a... Oh no, can I make a basic core? No, you can't make... I can't even make a basic core in this either. I can't make any of the core blocks in this mobile constructor. I can't make any concrete blocks in it. That needs to be fixed, methinks, big time. However, I do now have 2 survival constructors, so I guess what I could do is just pop those down and get them going, and I might even put my tent down till morning, because it is heaving it down out there. Heaving it down, I tell you. I'm going to have a cup of coffee as well. And a bite to eat. Okay, let's keep this raised up because I don't want to be attacked by spiders, by gangs of spiders. Now I should be able to place these and access them from here, he says, hopefully. foolish boy. Okay, I'm going to have to lower it a little bit. Let's lower it to about there. Now, can I access them? Yes is the answer, if I probably moved a little bit closer. Okay. Now, let's grab some stuff out of this actually quite useless constructor now. Yeah. Let's just split this between these two. That one. See, I can make the cores in here, but I can't make them in the mobile constructor, which is a more advanced constructor. That's crazy. Yeah. Let's start with 100 of those. Let's pop those into there. Get our base starter kit. Now I probably can't make any of the other stuff in there, can I? So let's unlock some stuff. I went up to level 9 as I was mining as well. A generator. Might as well unlock the fridge. Cannon turret, that's the main thing we need. That'll do for now, because initially all I want to do is set up a cannon turret, a working cannon turret, so I can see from which direction the drones will approach. So I'm going to have to grab some of this stuff back now, aren't I? Can I make 30mm ammo in here? No, I can't. Okay, no worries. So let's get back into this one. And I'm hoping I can make the cannon turret in here at least. Are you kidding me? My impression was the whole point of a mobile constructor, it was that step between hover vessel and base. So I would have expected at the very least to be able to make your defensive equipment from this so that you can put it directly onto a base when you make it. Yeah, I think they need to rework this. Okay, can I make my large constructor in here? Did I need to unlock? I thought that was automatically unlocked, a large constructor. It is. Yeah. Right, you can't make it in a portable constructor, in a mobile constructor. Okay, but I can make it in here. Okay, let's get some base equipment done. So these line of turrets I do want mainly to run from solar power, but initially I'm going to have to put some Promethean fuel into them. Okay. Don't suppose I can make the turret in here, can I? No, I can't! Holy chamoly, Batman! You keep making those. How much do we have left? Do you know what? Make me another 100. So what can you do, Mr. Mobile Constructor, that's of any use at this moment in time? Nothing. Nothing. And in case I didn't mention it, nothing. Your logic says to me that you've got your portable constructor, which used to be the survival constructor, that can make some basic stuff. And your step up is your mobile constructor, which you should be able to create the basic stuff for a base. And then you've got your large constructor, which is a base constructor, which then opens up more complicated technology to construct, and then eventually you have your advanced constructor. At the moment, the mobile constructor in the HV seems to have taken a step back. I think it's really unbalanced. Like I said before, I haven't found many problems at all with this, with the changes that are being made to this. I like 99% of them hugely, but just occasionally they still haven't quite got it right. But then that's why it's in experimental phase and not the release phase, I guess. Okay, thank you for those at least. Let's keep that handy. So I got the base starter kit. Okay, good. Got that at least. So I'm going to have to put down a large constructor against this just to produce the cannon turret. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do first is I'm going to dig a hole again. It seems like a good enough spot for it. Right here. Welcome back. Alright, I think we've got a good out of line of sight area there. So we'll just pop this core down here somewhere. Seems like a good spot. Now, unless it's been changed, we should be perfectly safe from drone attacks until I put some kind of power source down, even if I don't power it. So I should be able to look at this, press N, press, oh, connect. Why is connect not available? So why is that happening? Is it, I know they changed slightly, that like when you press your P menu to access the items in your vehicle, you've got to be standing on the vehicle. And I'm wondering whether I need to be standing on the base. I wonder if that's what the issue is. Okay, should be easily done. What I should be able to do is connect some blocks out here anyway. I want to leave some room down here for the power systems because I don't want them to be out up top and vulnerable. Come on, connect, connect. Okay, let's stand on this, see if I can do it now. So you should be able to just look at the base, press N. Yeah, I think it's because I needed to be standing on the base. Good to know. Okay. Good to know. So I'll just do a platform here, ready for the cannon. I can make it look pretty once we know it works. Can I get into these? No, I can't. Alright, let's go get the rest of the stuff. Whee! Let's get some stuff in it. Oh, I need some wood as well for nitrocellulose. Okay, what I'll do is queue up the stuff I need. So I need one cannon turret and 30mm rounds, isn't it? 30mm? Yep. Okay. Right. I didn't want to do that. Don't fall down the hole. Okay, so what I can do now is go down here, place the non-power stuff. Can I still get around there? Yes, I can. So let's pop an ammo box there. Fuel tank can sit there. Now, this is the point where it will trigger drone attacks. I'm going to place that, and I'm going to put a solar capacitor there as well. So now, let's go over here, step on that, fuel some of this up, just make sure there's enough, switch it on. That should now be making, and now it's just a case of race against time. Will it create this cannon turret before the first drone gets here? So basically what I'm trying to find out now, as mentioned, is which direction will the drones come from. As soon as I know that, I can finalise the placement of my cannon turrets and decide on the placement of their base depending on which direction they come. And I bet they come over this way because I really want my base over here. Yeah. Wow. Okay. How are we doing? We're not going to be ready. This is an issue. This is why the mobile constructor needs to be able to make these turrets and ammunition, because you can't make them until you've powered your base, and as soon as you put a power system down your base, the drone attacks will start. Now if the drone base is close by, I could really be in the sticky stuff, because I do have the enemies set on hard, so yeah. Let's just wait and see, shall we? Might as well stand on here. Come on, you're nearly ready. Okay, so that's that. Let's get that up here. Boom. Now I just need some ammo. That'll do for now. Turret. Not fully loaded, but nevertheless. Now let's just set up the turret. Don't want predators. Yeah, we'll go with that. How are we doing? We're doing better. We beat it. Got a full load of ammo in the turret. We're just going to wait now, see which direction it comes in. So I shall cut there, because it could take a long time if it's the other side of the planet. So I'll cut there and I'll see you when it arrives. Later. Welcome back. Well, I'm still waiting. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time now. This has gone way over what I expected already. I'm going to have to call it there. But beginning of the next episode, we'll find out where this drone's coming from and we can build accordingly. In the meantime, what I did do is queue up a load of stuff to start the base. And one of the survival constructors down there is making a load of wooden blocks as well. Yeah, so, you know, we'll be good to go at the beginning of the next one. And we will know where this drone is coming from as well. So, yeah. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please press the like button. Please consider subscribing for more episodes. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Later!